Once again, welcome everybody. My name is Chuck Palm, and this is Demystifying Cryptocurrency, the podcast based on the book by the same name that is now 7 weeks as an Amazon bestseller, and I don't know what to say. Nobody's more surprised than I am, but I am absolutely thrilled. You people have made this happen for me, and my heart goes out to each and every one of you. I say this every week because I'm still astonished, and I'm thrilled to announce that the audiobook has finally hit Audible. It's on iTunes and all the other Amazon-related Audible, downloads for that. So it's already selling and it's rising up in its category, meaning that once again it's an Audible bestseller. This hasn't even been out a full week yet, so I'm blown away. Thank you very much. Just going on and on about the book is not what this is about, but I do have another major announcement that I wanted to point out. Joe Paluzzi, somebody that I admire as an author and kind of a mentor in content marketing, has taught me a lot about that. He has 3 great books out there, and these are all bestsellers in their own right, and he has left me a very, very kind review on Demystifying Cryptocurrency. So that's going to be in the editorial comments on the site as well as on my homepage for the podcast. Thank you, Joe. You are very, very kind, and I wish you much success. I'm going to reciprocate when your book comes out in February. I'm really excited. It's an update to epic content marketing, and it's one of my favorite topics, obviously. Let's talk a little bit more about crypto in just a minute. This is the brag version of my show, and I gotta say, I have been doing content online for more than 17, 18 years now, and I've never seen the kind of results that I'm getting on Google when you just search my name, Chuck Palm. It is top of the list now in every social media category, as well as on Amazon, and there's a lot of different versions of, how you put Chuck Palm together. So even without quotes, that has come about because I believe the Amazon rankings on this book. That is another fallout. So not ignoring that, but over the years, I haven't always associated my name with content I've created, especially for clients. That is a mistake I intend to rectify right now. Everything's going to have my name all over it, so just get used to it. No, seriously, the idea that Google does its rankings based on keywords and SEO, it's going away. It is not as important now for how you rank online. I've had a website since 1995. I know, I'm that old. So when you think about that and how it plays out, it's really important. Try to get your name into all the other, social media, blogging, news feeds that you can to help facilitate your content marketing, and we're going to talk more about that in a future episode. Maybe I'll even get Joe on to describe some of that. News in this episode, there is a lot happening in crypto this week. It is really, really blown up, and there's some good and bad that goes with that. So why don't we just break right into the news? Markets at a glance today, Bitcoin bouncing up and down a little bit around the 2.8% mark in the last 24 hours, currently down. Ethereum is down 2.5%. It also has seen a spike this month. It is up overall as we have about 125 million assets in Ethereum being available for the trading supply. And Tether is up 0.02%, but generally flat over the last month. Republican lawmakers currently opposing a Fed-issued central bank digital currency have asked the Justice Department for an assessment. This is an interesting story as it is kind of in response to President Biden's edict that he put out asking for more information on how crypto will be introduced into the federal government. And central bank digital dollars, they are arguing, must be done by Congress, who currently has the only authority to manage the currency. The Supreme Court said that only Congress has the authority to issue money and regulate the value. So this could be a long run for a digital currency issued by the Fed. Not likely to happen. Central banks generally control that, and there is a story about the European Union. Lawmakers believe that the Fed does not have the authority to issue a CDBC, and therefore they have left that up to the Supreme Court. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell and Vice Chairwoman Brainard are calling for congressional action. That leads us into the Fed-fueled crypto bear market. Currently, Solana's co-founder believes this could last for the next 12 to 18 months. Anatoly Yakunov has appeared in the latest episode of a podcast discussing the current crypto bear market and why the Breakpoint Conference is an important event for the future of Solana's development. It's been a rough few months for crypto following the collapse of Terra. We talked about that in May, and sending shockwaves throughout the wider market. This is going to be a long haul, whether it be for Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of the smaller altcoins, as they are still kind of skittish after that breakup. Meta has introduced an NFT cross-posting and sharing on Instagram. These are generally for artists' renderings as NFTs offering digital artwork. Everyone on Instagram and Facebook can now share their digital collectibles. And I'm still on the fence about this. I understand that once you own something, you want to show it off. But I just believe that owning digital currencies and NFTs should be something that you treat like a security and maybe not announce it to the entire world. That's just my opinion. Speaking of announcing to the entire world, Kardashians in the news again, and this time it's because of an SEC probe saying that Kim Kardashian actually was hyping Ethereum without disclosing how much she was getting to do so, and that's a no-no with the SEC. So they've fined her and told her that she can no longer do this. She did come out on Twitter and say that it was not an endorsement, but just her bragging about it, basically. And Gensler had more to say about that in his tweet, saying that the case is a reminder that when celebrities or influencers endorse investment ops, including crypto assets, it doesn't mean that their investment products are a right for all investors. So, this is kind of a weird case of a celebrity getting involved in a investment that the SEC determined they can't necessarily endorse things without disclosing how much they're being paid to do so. After 2 years of debate, the European Union finally has put together a crypto rules case. We're going to see that in legislation now going up for a vote through their parliament. And they've basically said that the Parliament's Chair Committee on Economic and Monetary Affairs has cooperation with the Parliament and Council and should be able to see regulations approved in its first reading this month. So the regulation in its form will require anyone seeking to issue a crypto to publish a crypto asset white paper containing information about their project. Not unreasonable, but definitely not a European version of the central currency. They are endorsing outside cryptos to be traded in Europe, and currently there is lots of trade being done, especially in Switzerland. McDonald's is now accepting Bitcoin for your Big Mac. So there, you can leave with that. Binance's coin BNB has actually been halted yesterday for a short time due to some fraudulent trades and a hacker who made off with about 2 million BNB tokens, exploiting a vulnerability in the network. The smart chain is running for about 20 minutes offline. Validators are confirming their status, and community infrastructure are upgrading as well. So they reopened this. At the time of the exploit, it looked like it was 586 million, although they were able to get most of that back. So they said that they roughly got away with 110 million. So this is not unusual. It happens frequently in a lot of different markets, but because it's crypto and it's current, you're going to hear more machinations about it maybe. That's okay because, when this happens in the federal government, the FBI takes charge and then they try to recover that, as we talked about. I see that some of these other stable coins that are out there are constantly under attack because of actual value being backed up by something. So BNB is a true crypto, and we'll see how they recover from it. OpenSea, a very popular site for NFTs, has laid off about 20% of their team in fear of a prolonged downturn. What you really need to know about this is they have laid off 1/5 of their employees. It came as a result of the crypto winter that's currently slowed trading across all the markets, and that the CEO believes that this could help the company withstand a 5-year-long bear market. Not that they're hoping for that. So the workforce comes amid a plunging NFT sales market. They are just not out there selling as much as they hoped they would. So we're going to see some, additional people trying to get rid or dump their currencies and their cryptos, as this has been a bear market for a while now. Again, I'm looking at the sales page here for Joel Paluzzi, and wanted to give him this little plug on Content Inc., one of my favorite books. Joe is a great author when it comes to marketing stuff, and I'm putting this out here because his new book, Epic Content Marketing, has just been revised. It should be out in February, and I wanted you all to take a look at that. Just wanted to thank him again personally for endorsing my book, as it were, and maybe we'll get him on the show one day to talk about that. One more time, I am thrilled and honored by all of your support. My book is available now as an audiobook. It has come out on the Audible page. I'll post the link right here. You'll be able to see where you can get that. The book is pretty reasonably priced. It's about 2.5 hours long. I really hope you'll listen and leave me a comment about it, whether it's here on the podcast page or on the book page for Audible. Also, we are now officially in the podcast registries on iTunes, and there's another couple of more links here that are going to be in the bottom of the show notes. I always post links that we talk about on the news to the actual site so that you can go back and read the full stories. I hope to continue doing this once a week. We got hit by the storm, thankfully no damage, but it took a little bit of time to go out there and clean everything up and come back to doing the regular job here we do for you. So the Crypto Crusaders newsletter will be returning next week. I'm working on content for this version of it. It is right here on that link going off the LinkedIn site, and you can always subscribe there or read it in the Demystifying Cryptocurrency website. Until next week, when we talk a little bit more about crypto in the news, I really appreciate your feedback. Let me know how you think I'm doing, and much success, everybody.